Welcome to an episode on Booked for Books. I'm here today at this vegan cafe sharing some brownies with Shalini Saukar. Let me tell you a little bit about Shalini. Shalini is a best-selling Indian author, well known for her book The Murder of Jay Shaker. In addition to which, she's written two books: Confessions of an IT Employee and When I Find You. So, Shalini, how has 2020 been for you personally and professionally?
So, first of all, thank you so much for having me on the show, Swati. And so the year has been, it's been tumultuous, I would say. Of course, this is not something we had anticipated, the pandemic, and it's been really sad. I understand it's been a very difficult year for all of us. So, on a personal level, I wouldn't say it's been great. We've been isolated at homes. I think that's actually the least of the problems, right? Because
Right.
of everything that's happening. So, um, on a professional front, it's been going really well. Unexpectedly. At the beginning of this year, I won the Coimbatore Literary Awards for most promising author in general fiction for my book called Confessions of an IT Employee. Um, Also, I was selected as a finalist in Karnataka Women Achievers Awards in 2020. And one of my books released during the pandemic, that is When I Find You. And
That is a perfect time to release a book, though.
right. So it released in May, and I think it was at the peak of the of lockdown in India, right? And I received a lot of reviews from not just my friends, from other readers, and it's been great. It's been great interacting with them on social media, and so on a professional front, it's been really going really well. I also received this, I also got this great opportunity to work with Mr. Saad Khan, the celebrated filmmaker. And it's been a great learning experience working with him at First Action Studios.
Wow, sounds like a very creatively bubbled up year for you. Coming to what did you read though in this lockdown? I mean, I know a job, part of your job is reading and writing, but other than that, did you really read a lot in this lockdown? What did you read?
Right, right. So some of the books that I read, that were released in 2020, because right, we have a lot of time, and so one of the books is called Pandemic by Sonia Shah. Um, so I read this book called Pandemic by Sonia Shah, and of course, as the name suggests, it's a study of pandemics, but it's highly relevant during our present times, and it got me really excited because we were in the middle of a pandemic, and I really wanted to know what's going to happen next,
Right.
According to the book, much before COVID struck, epidemiologists, that is, the scientists who research, the trajectory of pandemics and how to stop them, the spread and the control of pandemics. Right. So they knew that a pandemic was on its way. It was not something that was unexpected for them. Um, and so Sonia Shah uses cholera as a trajectory to trace out how, when, and why pandemics occur. So yeah, so it's a very exciting chapter in terms of a non-fiction.
Right. And anything else in particular that you read this lockdown?
Right. I read another non-fiction, which is very different. I would say it's a unique mix of what do you say, a memoir and a travelogue. So it's called On Lighthouses by Jasmina Barrera. It's a Mexican novel written in Spanish, and it was translated into English by Christina McSweeney. Okay, and this is a book about lighthouses. You find it very strange that she's actually tracing out her life using lighthouses as a forefront. Right. So it's about all the lighthouses that she's visited, she's traveled to, the history, the technology, and the futures of lighthouses. Also, what it means to be a lighthouse keeper. Yeah, that's a kind of job that I had never. Nobody ever really thinks of it. Right. So,
And I can't remember the last time I even visited a lighthouse. I mean, I now listening to you, I'm actually going back and I'm thinking, okay, when was the last time I visited a lighthouse?
right. Right.
Right. Okay. So since you read all of this, coming to basically what I'm going to ask you next is actually connected to what you just said. A study in the UK actually says that people read more because they were confined to their houses. So they basically didn't have a choice but to look for comfort within their house. So they went out and read, and a lot of people who were already readers became avid readers in this lockdown. So did that happen to you? So did you read more in this lockdown?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I did read more in the lockdown, but not just in terms of books or novels. I also had the opportunity to work with a media house, right? So I had to read a lot of content related to the media house that would help in terms of TV shows and movies, and I had to read content related to that. So it's been a lot of research, a lot of work that has gone in, and yes, so um,
You can end it anyway, no problem. So that they can cut and add this.
yeah.
So basically, in other words, 2020 unfortunately has been a good year for books. Unfortunately, because people were forced to read more and readers loved this space. So it's been fortunate that 2020 has been a great year for books. Coming to the next part, which is the reading challenges that are going online. So the Jaipur Literary Festival went online. Penguin and HarperCollins started their own reading challenges like Once Upon a Book or book readathons, all kinds of challenges online.
Right.
So this is a very unconventional way of reading. So what is your take on this?
Right. So yes, I think readathons or literary festivals that have gone online have just made reading cool again, right? And it just takes me back to the time in my childhood, when I'm sure 90s kids would agree that reading was really cool during those days, and you would see it was like each book was like a season, and you would see every kid picking up the same book and reading at the same time, right? Be it Enid Blyton. There was a phase where every kid would read Enid Blyton, and every kid went through
Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys,
Hardy
yeah.
Boys, Archie's comics, right? So yes, it kind of created that energy among friends, right? And also it was a source of entertainment at that time. So I think with these readathons or the reading challenges that have come up, so they've managed to create that excitement again in terms of books.
Right, absolutely. That I agree. Because what else can we do other than sit at home? So might as well make it useful, get online, read. And I've also seen a couple of authors doing live reading sessions, which
Right,
I'm assuming
right.
you are also going to be doing soon, where they actually they go live on Instagram and Facebook and read out a couple of chapters from their book. So yes, I think it's a great thing. Unless you're of course the very conventional book lover who only wants to touch and feel and read the book. But what kind of book lover are you? The touch and feel category, or you're okay with live sessions?
I like both. I would say I really like both because growing up like during my childhood days, so everyone prefers to read paperbacks, right? But I did not have that. So my parents would, accidentally, my parents read a book that they were not supposed to, read. Rather the other way around. I read a book I was not supposed to read, and my parents found out about it. So once that happened, I was so glad Kindle,
Came out, yeah.
and I could read all my books on Kindle. So I'm very used to reading on Kindle and paperbacks. Right. Paperbacks, yes, I do love the touch and feel of books.
Right, yeah.
That's the, what do you say? The smell of an old book is what gets you started.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is something I enjoy both Kindles and this thing, and also I had a good opportunity to during this lockdown, like we were talking about reading sessions, right? So I did get the opportunity to do it with a couple of Instagram handles that I could take over the page and read my books out to my readers, and that's how I could connect to a lot of readers during the lockdown. Right. So it's been really exciting.
Right. So coming to the books that I really liked in 2020, one of them is Becoming by Michelle Obama. So this book is something that I really connected with because I knew that this is not going to be a political book, though most people thought it was. The book is actually about her personal life story into what it was to be a president's wife for 2 terms, and I thought it was a really good kind of autobiography.
Hmm.
And another book that I really liked was A Burning by Megha Majumdar. The story of this central character who is blamed for something that she has not done purely based on religion, and the other characters around her who have betrayed her. It's a slightly controversial topic, but I think the story has been written so beautifully, especially for a first time writer. I really, really love this book, especially, of course, it's by an Indian author.
Right, right.
And
So-
you have also read this book.
Right, right. So I think A Burning was it was a really bold take for debut author, right? And I think her language, the dialect that she uses, kind of brings us closer to the characters that she's presenting. And it's an eclectic mix of characters, right? So there's Jeevan who's caught up in the web of mistrust and hypocrisy of
Right.
the deep-seated hypocrisy of our society, and it's basically her struggles. And so it's more of a philosophical thriller, I would say. Which
Right,
I
right.
enjoyed.
And is there anything in particular that you are looking forward to read in 2021? Like any releases this year that you have to read and you want people out there to read?
Right. So there is. So I'm a huge fan of Japanese authors. Right. Be it Kika Hiyoshi. And so what so one book that I came across was Kazuo Ishiguro's Clara and the Sun.
Okay.
So it's a very different take on Pandora's box. And right now, the situation we are in almost feels like a Pandora's box that's been opened. So I
Yeah.
think that's going to be an exciting thing that I'm looking for.
Great. So thank you, Shalini, for this lovely session. Thank you for coming on this episode on Book for Books. For more such episodes, follow Book for Books on all our social media pages.